Hello friends! I am so happy to be back. I have missed you all so very much, and I mean it with my whole heart. My time away was absolutely incredible in so many ways, but I am just so relieved to be back and to find routine once more and to reconnect with you guys, because I don't know what I do. It's so interesting. That's not what I meant to say. It's just unique. Also not really what I meant to say. It's complicated because it's work. Making YouTube videos is work. Running a Patreon is work. Creating products for a shop is work. But it's also my dream and it's what I love to do. And the audience or the consumers are friends. You guys are my friends. And to be separated from that, to be separated from you, and to be separated from the structure and the comfort of the things that I like to do regularly, it's really difficult. And I think was one of the hardest things about being away, second to being away from Landon. And Monsieur Rue, of course. And so yes, many happy feelings upon returning back to the United States. I am slowly getting back into the routine of things. I feel very overwhelmed by my next video. I still need to edit part 2 of my Brazil video. I've been back for a few days and number 1 on my priority list was making my Patreon postcard and sticker for the month of February, and I'm really happy with how they've turned out. I'll pop them up right here because they haven't arrived in the mail yet. I've been catching up on admin stuff. While I was in Brazil, my credit card was canceled because the bank thought that there was fraud because I was using it in a foreign country, even though I registered or notified my bank that I would be in a foreign country, blah blah blah. So I had to go through and figure out which automatic payments and bills and all of that were connected to that card did or did not go through and switch them over to my new card and other businessy admin things. And then I've been editing my Brazil video and I currently feel like I'm speaking a mile a minute. I'm just so excited and happy to be back. Anyways, today is Friday, February 18th, and we're headed into the weekend. And I don't normally film weekend vlogs. However, I have missed you guys and I am so excited and inspired and motivated. So I just want to make the most of this feeling and film. So I also have a really fun weekend planned. Tonight I'm having a girls' night with my friends. We're doing some crafts, and then my friend got an air fryer for Christmas. So we're gonna experiment with her air fryer. Riveting stuff, I know. I need to make a POWELLS run and an art supply store run. So that will happen at some point this weekend. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, my friends and I are doing an escape room, which I've never done before, but I'm up for trying. I really enjoy Sherlock Holmes detective stories. Oh, a delivery person just rolled up. I'm gonna sit here and just wave awkwardly to them as they approach the door. They walked past, they didn't see me. Ah yes, I fancy myself quite the Sherlock Holmes and would like to imagine that I'll be very good at finding clues and getting us out of the escape room. I don't know if I'll be able to film, but if I can, I'll definitely bring you guys along. And then Sunday will be a reading day. So I mentioned that I need to go to POWELLS. That's because for February, my book club is reading Black Cake by Charmaine. Ooh, I've forgotten her last name, but I'll pop it up right here. So I'll be picking up a copy of that from POWELLS and then hopefully getting started reading it on Sunday. I'm also currently reading Spinning Silver. Why am I so bad at names? By Naomi Novik, I think that's her name. Probably terribly mispronouncing it, but I'm about 3/4 of the way through Spinning Silver and I'd like to finish it this weekend. And I'm sure that in the spaces in between all of these fun to-dos, we'll have lots of cozy, simple moments, heartwarming foods, and hopefully lots of laughter. So friends, if you have not already, go ahead and make yourselves a heartwarming cup of tea or coffee. Grab your coziest of comfy blankets or your favorite sweater. My grandma knitted me this one. It is simply the best. Get cozy and let's get to it.
Exhilarating procession of cliffs and oceans stretching to infinity. There are over 7
You got fight.
What's good?
You got fight. You got fight. What you get?
Now it's a really girls' night.
What you
Unbelievable.
What is this? Oh, she's gonna play on it.
Absolutely
It's gone.
unbelievable.
It's gone then.
You won?
She won.
Garbage.
She did it.
Oh.
Garbage.
Saturday. I am dressed and ready to go. A bit far outside my comfort zone, if I'm honest. I asked Landon if he liked my outfit, and he said that I looked like I lived in London and was going to work at the bank. I like the London part. I don't like the working at the bank part, but it's probably pretty accurate. The blazer says it all. I just felt like dressing up and going with the city aesthetic, or the book girl in the city aesthetic as I go to Powell's. I'm all dressed and ready to go to Powell's early in the morning because I'd like to beat the crowd. I also have a Powell's gift card, which I'm so excited about. I got it for Christmas and I still haven't spent it. That may be because I've been in a foreign country the past month. Otherwise, I'm sure I wouldn't have a gift card still to Powell's. But I only plan on buying black cake there, and I have not checked ahead of time to see if they have it. I decided I wanted to go regardless of whether or not they had it, so I just didn't check. I'll find out once I'm there. And then I'll probably look around, because how can you not look around? And after that, I want to go to the art supplies store. There's one nearby called Blick, and it's giant, and I have some art supplies that I really want to buy. So I'm gonna pop into the art supply store, and then I think it would be really nice to go to a cafe and practice with my new art supplies and do a bit of reading. So I'm all packed and ready to go, and without further ado, Powell's awaits. Hip hip cheerio! The bank worker headed out for the day.
I've read a number of books through the years at the library next to my home, and some I held close to my chest, so dear, but they were always on loan. But if the pages make me smile like a fool, maybe for once I won't follow the rules. I'll keep it until it's long overdue, when I find my favorite book to read. I've read a story that opened my eyes to the world and its passing time, and another one sang a sweet song to my heart, but the ending was sad from the start. And then came along just an ordinary book that I happened to give a second look. It was humor and heartbreak and something in between, the most beautiful one I'd ever seen. And your pages made me smile like a fool. Maybe for once I won't follow the rules. I'll keep you until you're long overdue. Oh, I found my favorite book to read. So I'll pour over you till I know you by heart. And when time wears you down, I'll mend your broken parts, and I'll treasure the days with you that I'm spending. I'm still waiting to read your ending, and your pages make me smile like a fool. And for once I didn't follow the rules. I'm keeping you till you're long overdue. You're my favorite book to read. You're my favorite book to read.
Okay, you guys, Powell's was a madhouse. I got there just as it opened, and it was packed, and it was so difficult to find parking, but none of that matters. I got 2 books. I'm really happy with my self-control, self-restraint, discipline. I don't know. Congratulations, Morgan. You didn't buy a ton of books. Job well done. Yeah, so they had plenty of copies of Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson. So I look forward to getting started on this. And then I also got The Stationery Shop by Marjan Kamali, and I've read many reviews about this book. It was recommended to me by my friend and fellow YouTuber Christiane Jones, and I really, really want to read this. It's a heartbreaker of a story, but also so beautiful and meaningful and heartfelt. So I'm excited for the journey that this book will be, and also this one. I am so excited to read both of these books. I'm also excited to finish Spinning Silver, and then I'm also currently reading The House of the Spirits by Isabel Allende, and I'm about halfway through that. So I've only read 1 book or finished 1 book this year. However, I currently have 4 that I'm either reading or very excited about. So I'm starting behind, but feeling very motivated to read. That being said, let's head to the art supply store. I hope it's not nearly as crowded as Powell's. I would love to be able to film a bit more there and just enjoy myself. I'm gonna enjoy myself regardless, but let's go! Okay, I had a lot of success at the art supply store. Got this bag filled with pencils and crayons and markers and things of that sort. Art supplies. Anyways, I have come to my favorite cafe called Dragonfly, and I'm actually meeting up with my friend Kristen here, and we're gonna have some tea and coffee, and then I think I'm gonna get some food because I'm pretty hungry, and just hang out. I really want to test out my new art supplies, so I'm gonna bring it in with me. I don't know if I'm gonna bring in my books because I'll be talking to her, but I hope you're still cozy. Let's go to my favorite cafe. Okay, so Dragonfly was absolutely packed, so we're gonna try and find somewhere else to go. Back to the car. All of my speaking parts in this video have been sat in the car, but it's just been so crazy everywhere I've gone today. Way too busy, way too loud for speaking to the camera. But yeah, I was really looking forward to going to that cafe and just sitting and experimenting with my new art supplies and getting a nice warm drink, but it was way too crazy. There was no place to sit. So Kristen and I went somewhere else and actually ended up having some really amazing pho. I love pho, it's one of my favorite foods. But my car was parked next to the cafe and I had so been looking forward to getting a warm drink, so I went ahead and got one. I got the Stargazer latte and it is so good. I need to pick me up because at around 6 I'm going back out with Landon and some friends to an escape room, which I mentioned before. I've never done an escape room. I'm a little bit nervous, mostly excited. It'll be a totally new experience, but I'd love to get some rest beforehand. All right, see you guys back at home. And this is Matt.
Hi everyone.
You ready to do some detective work?
Yeah.
We have 1 hour till midnight.
Only one.
Now let's be honest. Should've left, should've left, should've left, should've left long ago.
Where'd you get this? Always happens. That's the brightest of my house. You got it too.
Sunshine feels so good.
I will bring us a month, he said. And when after the yard came stark, we took more wood. We have a put they will stay between them and under blankets and keep warm until it is light. Once the sun comes up, we
have a sweet treat for you.
Yay! I'm so excited. What did you make?
Well, Beth, thank you, Beth, for the delicious brownie. And it went with the ice cream perfectly. And I say went with because I'm already almost done.
But is this one for me?
This one's for you.
Yay, a dessert before dinner.
And dinner is pizza.
You have pizza in the oven?
Yes.
This is a dream come true, Lan. I'm so happy.
Rue's like, it would be a dream come true if I could have some. Look at the tail.
This is my,
Hey, buddy.
that's so cute.
Dodge
This
it.
is my nest, my reading nest that I made of pillows and blankets and a heating pad.
It is so good.
Hello!
Pizza, pizza!
Oh my goodness.
Rue, what do you think?
Uh,
This is very spicy pizza. It has Mama's little peppers and fresh jalapenos all over it.
Oh, it smells amazing too. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Lan.
and nutritional yeast on top.
Yummy.
Oh, what do you think?
It's perfect. Dia pepperoni, vegan pepperoni pizza with peppers and jalapenos added to it. It's so good. Thank you so much, Lan.
Yeah. And you didn't even burn your mouth, did you? Comment below if you always burn your mouth on frozen pizza. Which is a very ironic? That's ironic.
Yeah, the wording is a juxtaposition.
The wording is a juxtaposition, which was one of my favorite words a couple weeks ago, but I was using it wrong constantly.
Hello, friends. Somehow, some way, it is already Sunday evening. It feels like just a couple of hours ago I first sat down and spoke to the camera, updating you guys on the weekend plans, and yep, now I'm at the end of it all, and it's been the very best weekend in every way, especially after traveling. Everything feels so special. Even just being able to get into my car and drive somewhere feels so special, and to spend time with friends and with Landon and Rue. Oh my goodness, I miss them so much while I was away. So yes, even though my time in Brazil was absolutely amazing, I have dearly missed everyday simplicities and comforts and structure of my life here. So I'm really happy that I've vlogged it, and I'm really happy to share it with you all and to have people interested in my life and what I'm doing. And thank you again and again, so many times over, for sticking around while I wasn't able to show up regularly. So yes, feeling very, very grateful. Oh, I really enjoyed this book. I give it a 4 out of 5 stars. The reason why it's not a 5 out of 5 stars for me are the flip-flopping between different character perspectives that isn't exactly clear within each chapter. It's actually very difficult to follow at first. I have determined after reading this book that I really don't like it when chapters switch between different characters' perspectives. Maybe 2 is good, but when there's multiple, like this one, I think there were at least 5, it just gets really confusing, and it can be so frustrating when the plot feels like it's finally developing and you're finally making progress, and then all of a sudden it's a new perspective and it's a totally different story, or at least something kind of related but not satisfyingly so, if that makes sense. There are 3 really great, well-developed protagonists in this story, all of which are female, and I feel like if the story had just flipped between their perspectives, it would have been okay, but there were other perspectives and it just, I thought, was a little too much. However, the world building and the characters are so well developed And as such, this is still a solid 4 out of 5 stars for me. Well, first I should probably try and provide a summary of the story without giving away any spoilers, which is always so difficult. But this story takes place in a time long, long ago. It doesn't ever specify, but in a town called Litvis, and it follows 3 main protagonists. The first and main, I think, is Miriam, whose father is a moneylender and not a very good one, so her family is very, very poor, and she kind of steps up and pulls her family out of poverty while taking over the business of moneylending. And eventually she draws the attention of the Stark King, and the Stark are these ice fae people, if you will. They're kind of mystical, fairy-like people made of ice, and they bring the winter to the land. So the Stark King becomes interested in Miriam, and that develops further, and the winter of the Stark plays a really important role in Irina's life. I think I'm pronouncing her name correctly. Irina, or Irina, is another protagonist, and she is the daughter of a duke, and she has an incredible transformation over the course of the story, from a really quiet, reserved girl to a strong, quick, or rather wise leader, just very observant and strategic, if you will. So Irina is born into nobility, and throughout the story kind of exists within the upper class. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, our third protagonist is Wanda, and I think she might be my favorite. And she is very, very poor and has 2 brothers and a father who is a drunk and very abusive. So trigger warning, there's lots of hard to read abuse in her stories. Wanda ends up working for Miriam and learning how to read and how to do math, and kind of pulls herself and her brothers from the severe poverty that they're in to just a much better quality of life. And in the beginning of the story, she's kind of acting out of survival, but by the end of the story, she acts with love and a really, really strong, beautiful sense of loyalty. And of course, all 3 girls or women are connected in so many more ways than are at first obvious. And as I said before, we get a lot of really good, satisfying character development as the plot unravels, and these 3 women end up saving the day for themselves. I also really liked how none of them are described as particularly beautiful. They don't at all seem to fit into the common fairy tale trope of the fair maiden. No, these girls can save themselves, which is always just so satisfying. Judaism also plays a really important role in this story, which was nice to see. So yes, overall, I really did enjoy spinning silver, and I have finished 2 books this year, which means that I'm only 4 or 5 books behind schedule for my reading goal of 50 books in 2022. I am significantly behind, but we'll just have to have a few readathons or reading week challenges to get caught up. And that sounds nice, doesn't it? To conclude this absolutely amazing weekend, I think I'd like to take a nice hot bath and go to bed early and get loads of sleep to prepare me for this week. But hopefully most of us can take a weekend, or at least a day, to do our favorite things, to sit and read, or to do art, or to go to a cafe and just have a quiet moment with a warm, cozy drink, and so on and so forth. We deserve a day. We deserve more than one day out of our week for ourselves. This is our life, and we deserve to enjoy our lives. You are more than worthy of your own time. Thank you for spending a bit of it with me. I have missed you so much, and it is the greatest comfort to me knowing that even when everything else was chaos and I wasn't able to show up regularly like I do, you all are still here. I came home and you were still there. It's such a relief. It's such a relief. And that's also something really valuable that came of my time away. This realization that you're not all here just because I upload every single week, but rather you care about me, about my life, which is incredible and unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've cried many happy tears. Thank you. This is my dream life. This is my dream life. Okay, friends. Here's to the simple joys, like a good book and a steaming cup of tea, or some fresh new art supplies, a walk in the woods, dinner with friends, yummy foods, and cuddles with loved ones, furry friends included. Thank you again and again, 1,000 times over for being here. I'll see you in the next one. Sweet dreams.